Right, I gotta talk to the girl, and she'll
What if
tell
at
me.
least? What if Elise got trapped in a room with somebody who ripped a really eggy fart and she can't get out of it, and then like the
Yeah,
tears
man, it's like, what if she got fucking caught in some tear gas because of like a protester rally or some other shit, and she starts crying,
Terrorists.
and then it's like, yeah, what if terrorists attacked or some other shit, and she starts crying? What if she watched the movie that was really fucking sad, and she starts crying because she relates to the characters? It's like, what the fuck, dude? There are so many ways this can go south without her being locked in like a sensory deprivation tank. So it's like, dude, like just write a different catalyst for Satan literally being released from her body, because so here's the thing, like the idea of a princess containing the deep, like a spirit of Satan or something like thing is pretty fucking hardcore, like Sonic or otherwise. But the catalyst of it being released is her crying. Come on, man. That's just, listen, I understand what I'm saying this in the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. That shit's unrealistic. Like, I just don't believe the fact that a girl can withhold from crying, something as simple as crying, for a whole ass decade or so. Anyway, we're going to aquatic base.
Well, no, the funnier part about it is that, you know, the whole thing about this game is, you know, don't cry, right?
Right.
Or like, the world will end. Meanwhile, literally in the same breath of this game's development, they have another game, Sonic and the Secret Rings, which ends with, here's a mountain of handkerchiefs, so you can cry anytime you want.
I wish for a mountain of handkerchiefs.
I like the way Jason worded.
Endlessly wank.
I like the way Jason worded that too. Is like the main thing in this game is don't cry. It's like, the central themes of Sonic the Hedgehog 06. Don't cry.
Don't cry, stupid bitch.
Girl.
So we have to ring the 3 bells of this area of Soliana to unlock we're at the final stage, by the way, for Sonic. We're almost done. We have to ring the 3 bells to unlock.
That's even funnier.
Wait, what was that?
And now Sonic legally can't cry in the comments.
Oh my God! Can we talk about the stick that Sega has up their ass in regards to what characters can and cannot do in other forms of media? Sega specifically, because it's Sega you have to thank for why Archie or IDW can't do shit or interesting shit with Sonic or Shadow specifically. Oh my God. They have such a humongous stick up their ass in regards to Shadow the Hedgehog, where there's like, no, there's an image, there's a brand to maintain with Shadow the Hedgehog where he just can't fucking do anything interesting to give him any sort of depth. And it's like, come on, man. I read the comic books so that these characters can be explored in a way that the games don't have time to venture into themselves. But you're telling me, nah, man, we got to keep this shit vanilla so that at the end of every issue, every comic, there is a status quo to maintain. There is... I just recently caught up with like the last of the Sonic IDW trades, right? Because I legitimately do enjoy my time with the Sonic IDW line. But the last one that I read, I think it was trade number 15, has Eggman's plot with this city that's made of robots that like it instantly regenerates because it's powered by this fake crystal energy, right? It has nothing to do with anything that was set up previously, but it's also like some of the most milquetoast vanilla shit that I've ever read. And I was like, what happened to all this shit that we were planning beforehand? Like, why is this here? This feels like a fucking filler arc. And normally I hate throwing the F word around, filler, because I think that's really easy blanketed term to just describe something that you don't like. But at the same time, nothing fucking happens in this damn arc except for introducing this one girl. She's a sheep or a cow. I don't know. She has a bell around her neck. I forgot her name. It starts with an L. That's a cool character, not for nothing. I think Lanolin, her name is Lanolin. Thank you very much, Rogue Mike. Her name is Lanolin. Don't get me wrong, Lanolin is a cool character. I love the design, everything about that. I think the true purpose of this arc was just to introduce Lanolin as a character for IDW, and that's fine. But the arc itself was a big fucking nothing burger, man. And I know a part of it is because of those fucking mandates that Sega has for Sonic the Hedgehog, where he's not allowed to do anything interesting. As much as we dunk and meme on Archie Sonic for being so fucking ridiculous at times. It was at least allowed to stretch its wings and explore shit, even if it was laughably bad most of the time. But at least it had the creative freedom to explore those venues. IDW can come off very sanitized at points, and not in a good sanitized way, but more as if this is just the villain of the week sort of sanitation. Did I not ring all the damn bells?
No.
It seems like the only time they had fun with Sonic as late was like that literal like 2 panels that he had amnesia and then got super horny on Blaze.
It's fucking.
Gonna level with you on this. Wait,
go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
I think it's honestly just. I think we're trying to apply Chinese calculus to checkbook balancing here. Ultimately, I think the problem is good old-fashioned all Japan xenophobia on this one. They will allow changes to the status quo of Sonic, so long as those status changes of quo come from Sega Institute of Japan. If the second a filthy gaijin American touches this shit, fuck you. Your ass is getting neutered to the fucking ground. I could point to Sonic Boom. I could point to Sega Technical Institute. And I'm going to level with you by I don't know how the fuck we even have Yakuza games here in America anymore because of them.
Well, I really just think it's just Sega is really afraid of their contractors killing the brand.
But it's like,
but Sega, you're already doing that yourselves, bud.
Dude, fucking Sonic is most popular in North America and Europe. Japan doesn't give a flying fuck about Sonic. So just fucking let America and Europe take the helm. Like, because we do way more interesting shit with Sonic than Japan ever does because we actually give a fuck about this blue rat. Like,
hold on. I'm getting a loud message from the land of our brothers over the seas.
It's like, come on, man. It's like, this shit's easy. Like, it's not hard. And it's like, it's really fucking frustrating. You were talking about like that whole Soul Dimension thing with Blaze at the end of the Metal Virus thing, which already ended very anticlimactically. And I hate the fucking way Metal Virus arc ends in IDW. Yeah. But there is a whole 2 pages or 2 issues where Sonic recovers and he has amnesia for some fucking reason, and it's quickly dropped. And it's like, you guys,
he's like super fun during that time and horny.
It's like, you guys are cowards. Like, just let him have fun. It's fine. Just let Sonic stretch his wings and it'll be fun. I like when Sonic's fun. I understand there's a status quo that needs to be maintained for the sake of the brand. I get it. I understand how it works for the sake of keeping things consistent and sellable and profitable. But man, it is so creatively sterile to the point where I'm falling a fuck to sleep.
And you get the feeling it ain't the writers, it's purely Sega doing it.
I have no doubt. Like, I have no doubt that there is a lot of ideas that Ian Flynn and the others like want to explore with Sonic, but it's like Sega Japan is like, no, you can't do that because this is not on brand what we have for the idea. I was like, you don't give a fuck about Sonic in the first place. I'm sorry. I take your word with a grain of salt because I don't think anybody in Japan gives a flying fuck about Sonic, dude. Sonic has always been, Sonic's main base has always been in North America and Europe. Those are the fans that actually give a fucking shit about Sonic. I'm not saying that there's no fans in Japan that give a fuck about Sonic, right? No, I'm pretty sure there is. But I think, categorically speaking, numerically speaking, the North American and European fan base outweighs the Japanese fan base by a fuck ton. And that is what you have to cater to ensure Sonic remains healthy in the market and that sort of shit. But they don't do that.
But as I said, because again, good old-fashioned xenophobia. They cannot stand the idea of an American developer or branch of people showing them the fuck up on anything.
Oh my god! I really hope that's not the case because I would like to think that, but you know, sometimes I don't want to come off as like overly naive and that sort of shit. But at the same time, sometimes it honest to God does feel like it is just that, and I wish it wasn't.
Part of